guys, what's up? So today we're going to be filming a first impression over a foundation. We're going to be doing a first impression over the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation, and I was super excited to try this because I've always wanted to try a Laura Mercier foundation, but they only have like ones with not a matte finish. I think they have one that does have a matte finish. I just never tried it because I heard that it wasn't as full coverage. Anyways, I've just never tried any of their foundations, and I was super excited when this one came out because the packaging is super cute. It says it's for like oily skin. It has like a matte finish, full coverage. So of course I wanted to try it for you guys. So let me go ahead and read a little bit of what it says about the foundation. Okay, so it retails for $48, which is kind of up there in price, because like my Estee Lauder is around 40 and this one's 48, so it's more on the higher end side of the spectrum, but it is Laura Mercier, and you could buy it at Sephora. I think that's the only place that sells it like in store. Maybe some department stores you could find it, but also online. So what it says is that it's a 15-hour long wear oil-free transfer resistant liquid foundation with a matte finish, weightless to medium to full coverage. And so that sounds amazing. It doesn't have SPF in it. It literally says 100% said it feels weightless, 100% says it feels comfortable, 100% says it's breathable on the skin, 100% says it provides medium to full coverage, and 97% said it's ultra long wearing, and 97% said the color does not oxidize. So those are really high claims. Like 100% is a lot. So I'm super excited to try it out for you guys today. We're going to be testing it out. I do suffer with some acne like scars right now, so you're going to really see how it's covering on the face or how much it covers on the face. And yeah, for reference, I do have oily combination skin, so I get really oily in my T-zone. With every foundation, I usually have to blot midday because my nose gets super oily. And the rest of my skin is pretty normal, but I have been suffering with a little bit of dryness like on my forehead, kind of the outer parts of my face. So it's basically combination. And so yeah, if y'all want to see my first impressions over this foundation, and also I'm going to be wearing it throughout the day and testing its wear on my face and seeing how long it lasts and stuff like that. If you want to see that, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay guys, so I already have my brows done and some of my eye makeup, and now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face. I don't have anything on my face right now except for my moisturizer, which it's already soaked in and everything. Okay, so I zoomed you in so you could see a little bit of my skin before we apply the foundation. So I have my discoloration under my eyes, per usual, but I do have lots of acne, like scars and spots from the time of the month still on my face. And this is what this side looks like. This one's a little bit more clear. And then I do have some scarring on my chin. I don't know if y'all could tell on camera, but yeah, that is what's going on right now. But first I'm going to start off by priming it. I'm going to be using my Smashbox primer water. Hopefully this doesn't mess up my eyeshadow. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about my foundation that I got. So I ended up getting a deluxe sample of this in one of my orders, and I thought I would go ahead and just try this out before I go ahead and bite the bullet and buy the big size, because I was planning on picking this foundation up. So I got a little deluxe sample, and it's this big. It's quite a decent size for a sample, and it's in the color 3N Buff. I mean, it does look a little dark, but I feel like I could make it work. So this is what we're going to be trying out today. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And I'm going to be applying that using my Equal Tools sponge. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start applying this to the side that I have most stuff going on, like the little scars and stuff. It does look really dark. Hopefully we can make it work, because it is looking super dark. I might have to blend it down my neck. And my sponge is wet or dampened. So it has like a matte finish. It's a really nice, pretty finish. I do feel like my pores are a little bit exaggerated. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on camera, but I do feel like it's sinking into my pores. So that kind of sucks, but my baking and stuff might help that. And it dries super fast. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more just to go ahead and get my forehead on this side. Okay, and a lot came out. So I might have to use, yeah, on the other side as well. It looks so dark. Hopefully it does not oxidize. So these scabs right here are still peeking through, but I think it's because they're already darkened up, like they're like a purpley color, so it's gonna be super hard to cover them in the first place. So that is one side of my face done. I really love the finish of it. The coverage is really nice. Like I said, my little scabs are still kind of peeking through, but that's gonna happen with any foundation just because they're already dark, but it did cover up any of the discoloration I have, like down here. It looks super pretty. The only problem I have with it is, like I said, it's exaggerating these pores on this side. But yeah, that is the difference. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. Doesn't smell like anything. It dries super fast, but it also blends in really fast. So I feel like if I blend this down my neck a little bit, we could get away with the color a little bit more. But I would definitely go a color up if I was gonna purchase this foundation. Too much, too much. So I'm gonna use whatever I have on my sponge to kind of go over the little spots that I have, just because I put too much on my sponge. I wish I was this tan. It's like a pretty color. So it blends in really good with the sponge. I have no issues like with the sponge picking up product or anything. If you do see like a sheen right here, it's from my lights. It's not from the foundation. The foundation is actually really matte. Alrighty then. I might have to blend some down my neck. I should have took whatever was extra and put it down my neck. But we're gonna put some, oh, okay, we're gonna put a lot on my neck because a lot came out. Yeah, it's definitely darker than my neck. I've got it on my vanity too. Let's just go ahead and paint our whole body with this. Alrighty, that's all I'm gonna do for the foundation. Where's the lid? Okay guys, so this is what the foundation is looking like. This side, of course, looks... What the fuck is my cat doing? Anyways, this is what this side looks like. It looks super flawless compared to this side just because I didn't really have nothing going on. But I really like the finish. I did notice under my eyes that it's picking up on the little dry bumps that I have, which is kind of weird, but it is a matte foundation. But I've never had that happen to me with the foundation, so it's kind of weird. But I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on camera. It's picking up a little bit right there. It does feel kind of tacky. So we're going to go ahead and try to lighten everything up with concealer. Today I'm going to be using my favorite Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Warm to go ahead and put this under my eyes and highlight my face with this. It looks super light on top of this dark ass foundation. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in with the same sponge. My sponge got kind of dry because I had to do my eyes first, so it kind of like dried up. So I feel like it's not blending as well. So the concealer looks super pretty on top. It looks really nice. My cat is like literally getting into everything. What the hell is he doing? Okay, so that is what it looks like with my concealer. Really pretty, flawless foundation base, like super full coverage. How I like it. I just really like it so far. We're gonna go ahead and try to fix the whole pore issue with baking and everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll come back here and show you how everything is looking all done. It is now 12:51. Let's see how long it takes me to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back as soon as possible. Okay guys, so I just finished my makeup. It's 1:33 now. And so we're gonna go throughout the day and just wear this foundation, and then I'll come back and show you how it's wearing. But first I wanted to go ahead and tell you my final thoughts after applying all my makeup. So I did notice, let me go ahead and zoom you in. Okay guys, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell on camera, but on my forehead I do have like little tiny like lines like from where my forehead like wants to crease. I feel like it's super like dry in this area right here in the middle of my brows. It looked dry, but once I finished and set my makeup and everything, it looks fine now. But up here, you could still see those little tiny lines right here in this area. I don't know if you are gonna be able to see anything on camera. But as for the pores, the baking did help, but didn't completely get rid of the pores. So I still feel like my pores are exaggerated in this area right here. I just see little dots, and when I was baking, for some reason after I baked, little dots appeared on my bake like while I was baking. So I had the powder on and you could just see little dots coming through. It's really weird. Like, you know when you wear a mask and you see the little pores coming through? That's what was happening when I had my bake on my face, which is really crazy. I've never seen that on my face before. But other than that, like, the sides of my face look so amazing and flawless. It just looks so pretty. I mean, the color looks fine now. Like, everything kind of blends together now. It just looks really, really pretty. The only issues I'm having is, like I said, it does look drier on my forehead, but my skin, since I've been getting older, I am starting to be a more combination now, so I still get really oily in my T-zone, but like on my outer parts of my forehead and stuff are starting to get a little bit more dry, which I'm kind of trying to experiment with different stuff to see what works. But that is my final thoughts for right now. Maybe throughout the day when I wear it, my oils will come through and it'll look a little bit less dry. But for right now, that is my thoughts. I'll check back in with you guys later on. Hey guys, so I'm coming in with my check-in. Please excuse my hair and my eye makeup. I tried to keep my lashes on for as long as I could, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I ripped them off. But it is now 9 o'clock, almost 8:59. And I've had this foundation for like 8.5 hours, so quite a while. And this is the first time I'm looking in the mirror and I already noticed some things. So the first thing is that I'm not oily, and that is super crazy for me, guys. I usually have to blot midday all the time because my nose is just so oily. If you watch any of my first impression videos, it's mainly like that, to where I end up getting oily on my nose. But with this foundation, like it looks normal. I don't know if the lights are like glaring off of my nose right now, but it looks so natural in real life, and my forehead even looks like natural. And so that's really good. I didn't lose any coverage either. The coverage stayed really nice. I do see a little bit of oil right here on the little crack of my nose, and it's kind of breaking apart a little bit right there. But it's not like oily on my actual nose, if you know what I'm saying. And so the color didn't oxidize. I do see like my pores still like really exaggerated. And so that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Like, I love the coverage, and I love the fact that it lasted a long time. Like, it's 8.5 hours right now, and it says that it's 15-hour wear, and I totally would believe that right now because it did last a long time. It also said it was transfer proof, which I kind of tested today. I was laying on my pillow and it ended up getting on my pillow, so it's not completely transfer proof. And so I'm kind of like iffy about it right now because I do still see like little lines right here from like it looking dry on my forehead. But it did not like get oily, which is big for me, which I really like. I do see some big creases right here though in my laugh lines. It's super creased. Let me go ahead and zoom you in. But yeah, right here I have like big laugh line creases. So it creased a whole bunch right there. And right here, like I said, it's breaking up a little bit. This is a fake mole that I put there with eyeshadow, if you're wondering. But yeah, I'm like iffy about it right now because it looks really good. It's nice and full coverage. It lasts on the skin, which I really like, but it does look really dry on my forehead, and it is creasing and exaggerating my pores, which is kind of like, I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look nice and smooth, if you know what I'm saying. So I might just try it with like a pore minimizing primer and make sure I bake and everything with it and set it with a setting spray so it doesn't look too dry. I don't know. I'm just going to keep testing it out for right now. I can't decide if I want to buy the full size. I might just finish that sample and see what I think later on. But those are my final thoughts. So if you guys ended up liking this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so I can know to keep making these first impression / review wear test videos, because I really like them, especially with foundations, because I love foundation, like I said at the beginning. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you guys, so 3 times a week. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!